It's FIFA fever everywhere, and joining us is a very, very special guest on Times Now. It is Indian footballer Gurpreet Singh Sandhu. Gurpreet, firstly, thank you so much for being here on Times Now.
Thank you so much, Krishma, for having me. It's lovely talking to you and the dog.
Gurpreet, Gurpreet, first things first, Portugal has been eliminated. Cristiano Ronaldo played his last Football World Cup. Just what do you make of his legacy, the CR7 legacy?
Well, yeah, I mean, it would have been a big kicker and huge sad news for all the CR7 fans. Even somewhere in me, seeing such a legend leave the World Cup and not achieve what he wanted to achieve. It's a bit sad, but that's how football is. That's how sport is. You sometimes can't get what you want all the time, and he's had a great career. And I think one thing that was missing from his World Cup history participation was a knockout goal, and at least he got that as well in this World Cup. But I think he should be proud of the contributions he has done to not just Portugal but world football. So it is something that we all need to take pride in. It's a joyful moment, to be honest, for a player to participate in their sixth World Cup. It's not that easy, and he's 41 now. So, and he said this recently as well. This might be my last World Cup. So I think a feather in his cap that he played his sixth World Cup and scored that knockout goal as well, taking his team as far as he could.
And Gurpreet, this World Cup also seems to be about bidding farewell to the golden generation. When we talk about Ronaldo, or you talk about Luka Modric, or you talk about Neymar, we don't know what happens with Argentina or with Lionel Messi. But intentionally or unintentionally, we seem to be bidding goodbyes, this farewell as well. So, end of an iconic era in world football.
Yeah, that's how things work. Um, uh, Football is a cycle. New footballers come, old
Yes.
footballers go, and that's how life is. But we can certainly see that this generation, the golden generation that you're talking about, has been there for a long time, comparatively to the previous ones, because with how far sport has gone in terms of longevity, in terms of diets and therapies and sports science, and I think all these athletes have made use of it and have played as long as they could and entertain us in every way possible. So that's how it is. They're moving on, and the new batch is coming. You can already see so many superstars. Mbappe, Yamal, Haaland. All these guys are ready to take up the podium and say thank you to the old ones and please jao ab hamari bari.
And Gurpreet, that was going to be my next question. I wanted to particularly ask you about Erling Haaland. Norway out there beating Brazil, eliminating Brazil, and Erling Haaland single-handedly, eliminating Brazil. And when you look at him, there were no exuberant celebrations from him. It was just pretty normal that, yes, I have done my job. And, even when you look at Norway as a country, there's not much of hero worship. Yes, people know about Erling Haaland, but that's pretty much that there is. So, what do you make of Erling Haaland, Norway, and the way they are making their mark in this World Cup?
I mean, it wasn't a surprise for me that Norway did that. Of course, it was a very tough game for them. But the way they have played in the past 1 year, especially through the qualification, staying unbeaten, getting maximum points, beating the likes of Italy and everything. So doing that, it's quite difficult, but it's only due to the batch that they have, the batch of players. A lot of players which are there, I've seen them grown up through the ranks because of my time in Norway when I was there for 3.5 years. I saw the likes of Sander Berge, Odegaard, Haaland, all these guys coming through the rank. So it's no surprise to me that they are doing well because they have very good players who have been playing at the highest level for a lot of years now, and they are still very young. So that's the difference, which is helping them out. Brazil, if they played Norway maybe 10 years ago, they might have thrashed Norway. But this Norway team is a bit different. They have players who are playing at the highest levels, Man City, Arsenal, all these kind of teams. So it was a difficult challenge, but not a surprising one. And I think the win also is due credit to their goalkeeper Nyland, who obviously made that penalty save from Bruno Guimaraes. It was an important save. Even after that, he made one more save. So not just Haaland. Let's say that all
Yes.
the other 10 players as well made their duties, duly confirmed.
And one more team that I want to talk about is Cape Verde, Cabo Verde. What do you think about Vuzinha from one goalkeeper to another? A second innings for him, and it just probably goes on to show that goalkeepers can peak even at 40.
Yeah, I mean, especially it was great to be honest, because it kind of keeps me motivated, keeps the fire in me going, seeing keepers at their age of 40, 37. A lot of older keepers in this World Cup. Let's say, Manuel Neuer was there, Wozinha was there, Muslera was there. So a lot of keepers who were, at or close to the age of 40, doing well and helping the team out. So it was great. Cape Verde, no one knows about them. Like we didn't hear about them before the World Cup, but we definitely saw what they have. They obviously did really well in the qualification as well. Finishing on top of Cameroon and stuff like that in Africa, it's a big thing. But yeah, I hope this exposure gives them more confidence, more light, and these players definitely go a notch higher and play at better levels. And who knows, maybe Vazinia is gonna get a big contract now somewhere
Yeah, I was
and
reading about
might
Inter
finish his career.
Miami.
Might finish his career in a nice club on a very good even though where he was playing before was great. He was playing in Chaves in Portugal. It's a good level. It's not like they came from the dirt and they are shining in the World Cup. They All these players are playing at very good levels. Most of them are born in Portugal, so it's not like they have been struggling with no like basic facilities. They have been getting that, and not just them. There were many other teams like that who made it to the World Cup, the likes of Curacao as well, and Haiti as well. All these players, thanks to their dual nationalities, gives them opportunities to be in even better nations where football is uh, you know easy sport to get into, and good facilities for them. So it's no surprise for us, but no surprise for them.
And Gurpreet, who's been your favorite when we talk about Ronaldo versus Messi, or you're going to surprise us with another name? Just where do you
So,
stand in this entire
e-
debate, so to
every
say?
every time we think about this debate, uh, there are other players like Mbappe and Haaland saying that hold on a second, we are here as well. So you know Ronaldo and Messi for sure, but look at them. Look at Haaland, first World Cup, and he's already scored what 6-7 goals now. So yeah, I think Messi in terms of his ability and contribution is untouchable. Same as Ronaldo. But in terms of World Cup, you can obviously say that Messi has it better because he's obviously won the World Cup and he has more goals in the World Cup, more contributions to take his team, as far as he could win it. Who knows? Maybe they might reach, the latter stages of this World Cup as well. So I think Ronaldo Messi is a different,
In a
different.
league of their own.
Yeah, yeah. But now there are likes of Olise, Mbappe, Haaland. All these guys are so scary, man. So yeah, it's so
And
so good to watch them.
absolutely. And I wanted to ask you, if you were taking a penalty shootout, you were in a decisive penalty shootout, which player would you want to see right across from you?
Uh, After seeing the penalties that I've seen so far out of the players that I mentioned, Mbappe is obviously the best, so we don't want him to take it. I would say I would take Haaland because I've seen him take penalties, and I'm confident enough if I get it right, I might have a shot at saving it.
And Gurpreet, last couple of questions. I was reading a very interesting article which spoke about, the 10 most populous countries in the world, out of which only two have made it to this World Cup. One is USA. Second, I think I'm forgetting the name, but the rest eight haven't made it, of course, India included.
Yeah.
Do you think this conversation about, if you are this much population, then why are you not in a World Cup is not the right conversation to have?
No, I mean, like there has to be some substance and some factual knowledge behind it. In terms of, obviously, it's a good statement for a headline saying that, oh, country of 1.4 billion not in the World
Yeah.
Cup. But if you go on ground and see the facts, like the other day, I was just watching some videos or reading upon it. How many of those 1.4 billion people are actually playing football? You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Barely even 5 lakh people out of 140 crores. So out of 140 crores, only 5 6 lakh kids, boys and girls are playing football. Then I don't think it's the right comparison to make. That means we have so much untapped potential in a country which we are not even reaching to. And even if we reach it, uh, are we making their life, their platform easier? Are we providing them the basic facilities from the age of 6 till they turn professional? From is it a private entity's job? Is it the government's job? Like, these are things that we need to talk about, debate about, and ask questions in the rightful way. But when we talk about these statements about like the population is here, and so I think there are many facts to it which obviously a lot of people don't know about. So they go to the catchy headline and say, oh yeah, we are not in the World Cup, why you are shit, this that. So
It's a larger,
it's,
deeper conversation.
yeah, yeah. I mean, if you get into the crux of the matter, you see that, okay, yeah, we have 140 crore people, but out of those 140 crore, how many, not even 1 crore people are playing football,
Yeah.
So then how can we expect that a nation like us is so good in football that we can make it to the World Cup? Out of that Cabo Verde nation,
Yeah.
मतलब जो भी उनका population, they are 5.5 lakh,
I
6 lakh
know.
people. I'm sure, like, 95% of the people might be interested in football. That must be their only game. So it's like, and they might be supporting it in a way that, okay, this might make us known globally. No one knew Cape Verde before. Now, no, everyone knows it. No one knew Curacao before, but through football, now everyone knows Curacao. So it's that. Are we like thinking about things that far as a nation? That, okay, yeah, football needs the attention. Like, this has to be our aim for the next 30 years. Let's do it. So it's that, it's sitting and talking and saying that we are not at the World Cup and this population that, so it's easy.
Hopefully, the right conversations take place and everyone's dream of seeing India in a FIFA World Cup comes true whenever it is possible.
I hope so.
Uh,
I hope
and Gurpreet, before I let you go, who are you looking at as your finalist for the FIFA World Cup and who do you want to see lift the trophy?
so. If I was a fortune teller, then
Who do you
I would be.
want?
Oh, I feel like not your conventional, winner. Not your France or Argentina. I feel like
Norway?
uh, I feel like someone might surprise us. You know, Obviously Morocco got
Mm.
far in the last World Cup. They are, obviously in the quarters again. England is in the quarters again. So it's going to be difficult because the France front lineup is so scary. Even if one of them doesn't click, the other is gonna score. Even the front three who's playing it doesn't click, the ones from the bench come and score. So it's going to be difficult, but nothing is impossible in football. We've seen that in the past few games.
Yeah.
With the likes of Cape Verde giving it to Argentina till the end. That would have been anything by the last seconds. So I hope it's not France and Argentina. which is highly unlikely, but there is a chance. There is a chance for football. There is a chance for a new winner that will make this bigger World Cup look like a huge success, because that's what the purpose was, to give new teams a chance and make it more exciting, I guess.
And Gurpreet, just out of curiosity, what did you think about Donald Trump admitting that yes, I spoke to Infantino and I asked to review the decision that was made. USA obviously lost to Belgium, but in the context of the World Cup, what do you think about president of a country interfering and asking for a decision to be reviewed?
I mean, it shows their interest, shows that like they are not just doing it for just because the hosting rights were allotted before obviously President Trump's government got in. They are actually interested in it. They've seen how far the game can go, and global stars are there playing the game in the US. So I feel like their involvement from the top gives a lot of attention and brings eyeballs to the game, and lets people who are running the game or who want to be involved in the game more, like more confidence or more importance, that okay, yeah, we are on the right path. Even the top person is looking at it and be like, yeah, he's involved in the game. So I feel like it's a good involvement, regarding of whatever they are talking. It's a good involvement.
Gurpreet, thank you so much for your time and speaking to us here on Times Now. He's looking forward to a very, very interesting FIFA World Cup.
Thank you so much. I hope there's a new winner this time.
Yeah, hopefully.